We're here with head coach Justin Quenneville as we kick off the third and final day of IceRays Camp. And coach, thanks for joining us. And just talk about the first 2 days of camp. You had the practices on the morning of the first day and then the game starting in the afternoon, and just your thoughts on that so far.
Well, you know, in terms of the format, it ends up being beneficial for us in that we get them in a setting that you know, is not necessarily a game right off the bat. Put them through a few drills to kind of get the rust out, and also get them acclimated to some of the things that we're familiar with. You know, in terms of the one-on-one situations on the ice and some you know, kind of breakdown areas that we want to see them exposed in. So the practice is very beneficial to us, but the games is where it's at. Obviously, we want to see the players produce, and we felt like the first day was you know, was intense. You know, it was a younger camp this year, so you know, we steered in a different direction in terms of bringing in some players that we can look at for the future as well. So I feel like some of the younger guys were a little hesitant, but the pace picked up second day, you know, like we were used to, and we hope it continues that way.
Now, who stepped up in your mind? I know a lot of guys stepped up in the physical side of things. What you like to see?
Yeah, it was a physical, you know, kind of environment, and that's what, you know, we need here. We need this to be an environment that people understand is not just a tryout, but it's an opportunity. And you know, the guys are fighting hard, they're working hard. Obviously, some good tilts too. But you know, at the end of the day, we wanted a good, clean, you know, style of play, which you know, really encompasses what we're trying to create here. So we felt like that was matched and it was needed, and you know, hopefully, it just continues here heading into tomorrow.
Now, you have a lot of guys here at the main camp. Just go through, you know, the time it takes to even break it down to the All-Star.
Well, you know, it really comes all down to this here, right? You know, down the stretch. I mean, the whole year really accumulates to this. Your whole summer, your whole recruiting plan, all your scouts, everyone really gets into the war room here, and you know, we need everyone. One in, one out in terms of what we have, and you know, everyone's input's very important. So it makes for a stressful, you know, 3 days here, but this is what it's about. And you know, obviously, heading into the war room and discussing things, it makes for long nights, and you know, that's what you want. You want to have tough decisions. You want to have guys that are pushing the envelope, and you know, players are going to be taking jobs from others, and you know, at the end of the day, that's what this is about. And we're excited about where we're heading into today, and we're still going to have some difficult decisions afterwards.
And you brought up a good point, and that was my next question. It seems like the All-Star picks were pretty much the easier part of your job. You still have an even tougher task to pick that final squad.
Well, yeah, it's just never easy cutting down, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone played hard, and it makes it difficult and doesn't reflect their energy whatsoever, but sometimes it's fitting that mold and fitting that balance that we're trying to look for. And you know, when you have your depth chart written down, you know, there's going to be some guys that'll look at it and say, well, I played better than this guy, and they compare themselves. But you know, at the end of the day, it's difficult. You know, you got to look at everything and really dissect everyone in their own certain way, and to cut down to 40 for an all-star game is difficult in itself, but you know, I have to go all the way down to 25 within the course of a day, as well as, you know, studying them over the course of the weekend is very difficult. So a lot of time and you know, an effort put in this, and you know, I'm obviously very thankful for our staff and everyone involved and the input that we have from everyone that's here with the experience that we, you know, we're fortunate to kind of, you know, gather ourselves around to make these decisions. So you know, I'm looking forward to a big game here, but obviously it's the meetings afterwards that are going to make it all worthwhile.
Now, what do you specifically look for in this All-Star game? I know you've seen the players, you've gone through 2 days of discussing it with your panel, and just talk about what you're specifically looking for here today for the All-Star game.
We're looking for a good hockey game. Obviously, you know, cutting down the camp to a 40-man roster should elevate the speed, elevate the intensity, the physicalness, and obviously we want to see the skill set. Some of the guys that may have kind of gone the last 2-3 days there unnoticed, or you know, felt like they haven't been playing their potential. Well, this is it comes down to one game, you know, so we're going to be looking for some guys fighting hard, working hard, and you know, putting it out on the line here, because that's what's going to, you know, it's going to take to make this team. And you know, obviously we're familiar with all the players and what they're capable of, but putting them in a setting in certain situations that we can see them is going to be huge for us. So we're looking forward to it, and I hope the guys are ready.